Hello all, welcome back to our favorite V and Data channel. Today let us discuss about how to create a database in SQL, how to create a table and how to insert data to that table in different ways. Let us get into the video. As said earlier, today we will create a database, create a table and insert values to the table in different ways. First, we open a PG admin. In that, we right click on the database and then create database. Now we have to give the database name. Let us give it as test. For our learning purpose, we are giving it as a test and we are saving it. Now, a database is created with the name test. If you could see, there is a database which is called as test. Okay, inside that we have schemas, publications, extensions and so on. So under schema we will find the tables. As of now there is nothing in the table because we didn't create any table. We have to create a database. We have created a database. In this, let's create a table. We'll right click on the database and then click on the query tool. When we click on the query tool, whatever the database is selected, this query tool will point that database. This query will point that database. So now this is a test database query. For the time constraint, the queries are already written. Let us discuss those one by one. Let's create a table and we create a employee info table. So it will contain a employee ID, first name, last name, age, email ID. So now create table. It is a basic syntax. Create table, table name. So table name is employee info table. Inside that we are having a columns. Employee ID is int, first name is varchar, it is a character, last name is a varchar again, age is in integer int, email ID is again a varchar. Open bracket and close bracket, semicolon. Semicolon tells that the query is getting completed there. Now let us run this. So we got create table. The table is created, query returned successfully. Now how to view this table? We can give as select query directly, but from this PG admin, like we are selecting from the tables, but in this table there is nothing. But when we refresh it, under the table, under the schema, under the table, we will find a employee info table where it will have a columns. So to view this table, we right click on it and view data all rows. So it will run a select query. Select star from public.employee info table. Now the table is viewed. Employee ID is integer, first name is varchar, last name is again varchar, age is integer, email ID is varchar. Now this is how we generate a table. We create a table. Now let us insert some data to the created table. We are creating a new query. Automatically a new query window is opened. It is for test database. Now let us insert the data in different ways. Okay. So we are giving a values to the employee info table. We are inserting a row without specifying the column names. Insert into I am inserting it into an employee info table. I am giving some values 1 is the employee ID, B is the first name, C is the last name, 32 is the age, and this is the email ID. Okay, now I'll select this and run this query alone. So one insert is happened. Now again I'm executing the select query. So now we will be able to see only one row is added. Now here we have not specified any column names. Now what we are doing, we are entering the column name. We are giving the column name and then we are giving the value. Here if you could see in this query, there is no last name. So but we have specified the column names one by one. Employee, like in employee info table, there should be employee ID, first name, age, email ID. So employee ID will have two, first name me, age 22, and email ID. Here there is no last name. So when I insert this, the last name will have null. Others all will have the values. If you could see, the last name is null, all the other things is inserted. This is with column names. Now we are going to do a multiple insert at one single time. So here what we are doing is, we are giving the first value with comma separator and the second value, third value, fourth value, like that. If you could see, 3 A BB 25 employee, like email ID, and comma the next one, it should be enclosed within the parenthesis. Now we are executing that. Now let us see what is there in the table. So in the table, the 6 data is entered, like the new 4 data is entered. This is a multiple insertion. Now we are having a file. From that file we have to import the data here. So what to do? I'm having copy.txt and I'm having a copy of Excel file. So first we'll do the CSV file. This CSV is actually a comma separated value. So employee ID, first name, last name, age, email ID is already written here. So now I'm trying to insert this Excel value to the database. This is a comma separated value. So how to insert this? Let us see that. Now when I try to insert this, the header should not be there. So what I'm doing, copy employee info table from the path where that CSV file is located, but there is some particular place where we have to keep the file. Automatically when you download PostgreSQL, you will have a PostgreSQL folder there. Inside the data, you just create a data copy folder, and there you can keep the data. It is best practice to keep the data there. So from there, like I'm giving the file name, and the delimiter here is a comma separated value, and here it is a CSV file, and we have a header. So to remove that, to drop that header, we are giving CSV header. And the next one is a text file. So in the text file we don't have any header, and we have simply a value with a comma separated value. So what we are doing, copy employee info table from the specified path, and the delimiter is comma, and here the file name is copy txt dot, it is a txt format, so we are giving txt. So now let us execute the text file. The 7th record is inserted. So the 8th record is in the CSV file. We are executing that, and then we are trying to refresh it. If we could see, the 8th record is also inserted. So today we have seen how to create a database and how to create a table and insert the values to the table in different ways. So in the next coming videos, let us see further more queries for SQL and analysis. Until then, it is bye from our favorite We and Data channel.